The Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra takes AI on phones to the next level with the ability to perform actions across multiple apps at once. It also delivers a superior camera experience along with crisp HDR video plus fantastic Snapdragon 8 Elite performance and super long battery life. I just wish QI2 wireless charging support didn't require a case. Here is the most ironic thing about the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The moment it launched, lots of people were calling out Samsung for copying the iPhone's design. But after testing this device, I actually think the S25 Ultra is the closest Samsung has come to convincing me to ditch my iPhone. The 6.9-inch display on the latest Ultra is brighter, the cameras are more versatile and arguably just better. And the S25 Ultra is packed with smarter AI features I wish the iPhone 16 Pro Max had, like the ability to perform multiple actions at once across apps using just your voice. And it's all wrapped up in a design that, while phone-like, is lighter than its main rival. Samsung did cut some corners with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The S Pen no longer has Bluetooth, and the newly added QI2 charging support forces you to buy a compatible case. No magnets here, but overall the performance, battery life and AI smarts on the Galaxy S25 Ultra add up to the best Android phone I have tested and possibly the best phone period. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a release date of February 7 and it still starts at the same inducing starting price of $1,299 for 256GB of storage. You can upgrade to 512GB for $1,419 or 1TB for $1,659, but while pre-orders are still happening, you can get 512GB for the same price as 256GB and 1TB for usual 512GB price. Samsung is also offering up to $1,200 off, which includes up to $900 in instant trade-in credits and up to $300 in Samsung credits. As they say, haters are gonna hate, but I think some of the criticism around the Galaxy S25 Ultra's design being too iPhone-like is warranted. The sides are flat now just like the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the corners are rounded, which means the Samsung digs into your hand less than the Galaxy S24 Ultra. But I actually blame Samsung for not copying the iPhone enough. I am talking about the left and right edges of the design. They are too sharp for my taste and make the phone less comfortable to hold and use. Apple does a better job of beveling these edges so they are smoothed out. The titanium frame feels as sturdy as ever and the thinner bezels allowed Samsung to increase the screen size slightly from 6.8 to 6.9 inches. I also like the floating camera design on the back. It looks better than the iPhone 16 Pro Max's unsightly patch. Measuring 6.41 by 3.06 by 0.32 inches and weighing 7.69 ounces, the Galaxy S25 Ultra has nearly the same dimensions of the iPhone 16 Pro Max while being noticeably lighter than Apple's 7.99 ounces handset when I was holding both phones. The Galaxy S24 Ultra weighted in at 8.22 ounces while being slightly thicker 0.34 inches. The Galaxy S25 Ultra color options are not exactly wild. They are titanium black, titanium grey, titanium silver blue and titanium white silver. I tested the silver blue hue and I think it has just enough pop without being too in your face. If you are feeling more adventurous, Samsung.com is also offering online exclusive colors like Jade Green, Jet Black and Pink Gold. There's two design trade-offs I need to talk about here. One way Samsung cut down on the weight is a notable downgrade to the S25 Ultra that removes the Bluetooth radio from the S Pen. That means you can't perform air gesture like taking photos remotely. Though Samsung says it removed Bluetooth because not enough people were using the feature. The second trade-off is that Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra has half-edged QI2 charging support. I say that because the magnets are not built into the phone itself. So if you want to easily attach two magnetic UI accessories like docks and car mounts, you are going to have to spring for a special case. The Galaxy S25 Ultra doesn't offer much in the way of camera hardware changes. The key upgrade involves the ultra-wide sensor, which gets a boost from 12 megapixel on the S24 Ultra to 50 megapixel. This means better detail in your shots as well as the promise of sharper macro photos. Otherwise, you get the same 200 megapixel main sensor, 50 megapixel 5x telephoto, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, and 12 megapixel front shooter found on Samsung's previous Ultra model. Here are some camera samples of Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Sure, the Galaxy S25 Ultra is an iterative update, but Samsung has made big improvements where it matters most, including introducing AI features that will save you time and make your life easier. The ability to perform actions across multiple apps at once using your voice has the potential to change how we interact with our phones forever. But it's clear that Samsung needs to add more partners both for this AI agent feature and for things like Now Bar. I am less impressed with the Now Brief, and I wish Samsung had included QI2 magnets in the phone itself so you didn't have to buy a case to connect to magnetic accessories. But overall, I really like the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Its AI smarts, vivid display, mostly top-notch cameras, super smooth performance, and long battery life add up to a very impressive flagship, so impressive that I am tempted to switch to Android myself. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.